everyone, welcome back to the discussion of CA Foundation Accounting, and in this session we're going to discuss a very interesting topic, GST. No, this is accounts class only, this is not tax class, but in accounting if GST is there, how to give impact of this. Of late this has been ICAI's favorite topic where they've been asking spiced up questions of journal entry with GST. Can we begin? Chapter 2, Unit 1, Accounting Process. In that, the concept of GST is topic 8. GST was not there before 2017 1st July. Modi uncle one fine day felt, मित्रों मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, from tomorrow you pay GST. GST क्या होता है? Good and simple tax. No, sorry, goods and service tax. Previously, there were several taxes. Every state had the power to charge sales tax. Between two states, there was central sales tax. There was entry tax. There is custom duty. There is excise duty. It was scattered indirect taxes. On services, central government has the power. On goods, the state government has power. It was all mixed up. To simplify the same and to remove the cascading effect, government implemented GST. GST subsumed excise duty. It subsumed value added tax. It subsumed service tax. It also ate up central sales tax. Different states had different tax laws. Now it all is simplified. It is uniform. It eliminates cascading effect, and it will also bring in transparency in indirect taxation within the country. Pre-GST, how was it? Every state had its own tax, and central government used to charge excise duty on manufacturing of goods. States used to charge value added tax, and between two states, if it happens, there was something called central sales tax, and on all the services, central government used to charge service tax. This is all not needed. I'm just giving you the build up into the concept of GST, how it works. I'll just give you a small overview as to what do you mean by cascading effect. What was there before this GST came into picture? So we call something called as tax on tax. What was there? Tax on tax. Let's say we have manufacturer Manohara, and we have wholesaler who's there in Karnataka state, and we have a retailer. So how many people are we talking about? Three people. One guy is manufacturer, one guy is wholesaler, and the last one is retailer. Manufacturer manufactures the goods. On that, so Central Board of Excise and Customs used to pay excise duty and send the goods to wholesaler. Wholesaler used to pay value added tax on the goods sold to retailer. So retailer used to bear the pain of this excise duty and this VAT. Excise duty paid by manufacturer and VAT paid by wholesaler. Did not understand? Let's see it aram se. When the manufacturer sells the goods to wholesaler, he used to charge on 1 lakh rupees 10% excise duty, which comes to 10,000. So how much was manufacturer Manohara charging wholesaler? 1 lakh. Very good. 1 lakh 10,000. 1 lakh 10,000 what wholesaler pays to manufacturer. 1 lakh belongs to manufacturer. 10,000 you were supposed to pay to CB. Tell me how much will manufacturer raise as an invoice on wholesaler? 1 lakh. On that CBEC charges central excise duty of how much? 10,000. So how much will wholesaler pay manufacturer? 1 lakh. How much will manufacturer keep with him? 1 lakh. How much will manufacturer pay central government? 10,000. See here, collected from wholesaler 1 lakh 10. Paid to government 10,000. Now this wholesaler, when he sold the goods to retailer, 1 lakh 10,000 is his value. He made some value addition of 10,000 on it. So it became 1 lakh 20. On that, when he's selling to the retailer, he was supposed to charge GST, or right now is GST. Previously it was called as VAT, value added tax. So 1 lakh 10,000 is the purchase price for wholesaler. He created some value addition to the extent of 10,000, which has made it 1 lakh 20. On 1 lakh 20, we charge 12,000 as VAT, and the price will become 1 lakh 32. This retailer auntie is there, no? Retailer auntie should pay the wholesaler how much? 1 lakh 32. In 1 lakh 32, what the retailer pays the wholesaler, wholesaler has to pay 12,000 to state government. Only 1 lakh 20 will be with him. Are you getting it? How much will what to say buyer Bindu pay to seller Soma? 1 lakh 32. In that, how much will seller Soma pay to state government as VAT? 12,000. How much will he keep with him? 1 lakh 20. In this case, what's happening is on the central excise duty, whatever is already charged by manufacturer, which is included in the cost of wholesaler, that is computed. So value added tax or sales tax is computed on central excise duty, not only on the goods. On 1 lakh goods, if you compute, it's okay. on 1 lakh goods plus 10,000 central excise duty together on 1 lakh 10. We are computing VAT because this is central government, this is state government. Two different governments, two different taxes. To simplify, central government introduced GST. Here also GST, here also GST. So then input can be taken of the tax paid here so that here the tax paid can be less and ultimately the burden on the retailer can reduce. That's what we mean by cascading effect removal by GST. Previously, on the central excise duty paid by the wholesaler, on that amount is to compute VAT to the retailer. Now, that central excise duty can be computed as input tax credit to this wholesaler. Let's see how will it work in the post GST scenario. Post GST scenario, that is from 1st of July 2017, one unified tax for the entire country, and there is no central excise, there is no service tax, there is no sales tax. Everything together comes under one tax called as GST, goods and service tax. And this wholesaler can take input tax credit of the tax paid here through Manohara to CBSE. And this retailer can take input tax credit of the tax paid to state department through wholesaler if she is also businessman. Let's see how it works in this case. So I hope you have all of you have this specific booklet with you people. Okay, now come to this image. You see this manufacturer, am I right? What is the government here? CBEC, central government. Wholesaler also pays tax? CBEC, central government. Now, when manufacturer Manohara charges 1 lakh rupees and 10% GST on this, charging 1 lakh 10,000 to wholesaler, how much will wholesaler pay manufacturer? 1 lakh. How much will manufacturer keep with him? 1 lakh. How much will he pay to government? Next, when this wholesaler manufactures the goods and sells it to the retailer on 1 lakh rupees, he will add his value addition, his manufacturing cost or each processing cost of 20. 1 lakh 20,000 is the cost of goods that is trying to tell or selling price of goods. On this, we'll add 10% GST, making it 12. How much will our wholesaler charge the retailer? 1 lakh 32. How much will retailer pay wholesaler? When retailer pays the wholesaler 1 lakh 32, retailer, I mean say wholesaler, this guy in blue shirt, how much is he supposed to pay to government? He doesn't have to pay 12. In this 12, he will deduct 10, what is already paid to manufacturer, which has gone to government, and this wholesaler will only pay 2000. Based on the previous rule, how much was wholesaler supposed to pay to central government? Now, out of this 12,000, he has already paid 10 to manufacturer who has paid it to government. So, how much will wholesaler pay to government? 12,000 is called as output CGST and output SGST. This 10,000 is called as input CGST and input SGST. He will pay only the balance 2,000 to government. So, did you understand how this guy actually collects 12,000 but only pays 2,000 now because he is already indirectly paid 10,000 to government? That's what we call as indirect tax. Observe here, collected from retailer 1 lakh 32. Already collected, now collected from supplier, as customer 12. Already paid to manufacturer 10. Only 2000 should be paid to government. This is not CA Foundation syllabus. I just gave you an overview of what do we mean by GST and how does it work. This you learn in detail in CA Intermediate IGT. Now, I gave you an overview so that you understand what is the concept of GST and how does it work. Now, if you are okay with this, we will jump into our questions. Yeah, see one basic level question. Yeah, accounting for sale and purchase in the case of GST. This is manufacturer, this is wholesaler. Manufacturer Manohara has sold goods worth 1 lakh to Shekhara, who's the seller or the wholesaler. GST is applicable at 10%, which is CGST 5% and SGST 5%. Account for this transaction in the books of Manohar and in the books of Shekhar. Do you see the question? People whoever are watching this video on YouTube, if you want the PDF of this, the link of this PDF will be given in the description. You can download it from there or you can message once in the comments so that we can share the PDF of this copy to you. Now, focus. We'll first see the journal entry from Manohar's perspective. Manohar is seller. Am I right? He's selling goods. What is your usual journal entry? Debtor account debit to sales. Who's the debtor here? Debtor here is Shekhar. I'll write Shekhar, the debtor account debit. Credit sales. What is the value of the goods sold? 1 lakh. What is the value of the goods sold? I will credit 1 lakh. But can I say Shekhar is supposed to pay me 1 lakh? No. Manohar wants to collect 1 lakh, but government is telling collect more. I also want. How much does the government want? Government wants 5% SGST, 5% CGST on this. On 1 lakh, 5% is 5,000, 5,000. So, Manohar is supposed to collect 1 lakh towards sale, 5,000 towards SGST, 5,000 towards CGST. Totally, Shekhar, the debtor, is supposed to pay 1 lakh 10,000 rupees. Shekhar is supposed to pay 1 lakh 10,000 rupees. To whom? Manohar. Now help me understand. How much is the sales that should be posted to trading account? 1 lakh. What about the 10,000, 5,000, 5,000? GST to be paid to government. Now, how much money should Shekhar pay to Manohar in this case? 1 lakh 10,000. How much is sales to be credited to trading account? 1 lakh. But how much should you collect from Shekhar? 1 lakh 10. What is that 10,000 that you collected extra? GST to be paid to government. Who should pay? Manohar. White shirt Manohar. Should pay this to whom? Government. CBEC. Central Board of Excise and Customs. Got this answer? Next, what is the journal entry in the books of Shekhar, who purchases the goods? Purchase account debit. Am I right? Credit will be Manohar, the creditor. What is the value of purchases? 1 lakh. But how much should you pay Manohar? 1 lakh 10. That 10,000 what you're paying extra, CGST and SGST 5 and 5 is recorded as input. When you buy, goods are coming in the process of goods coming in, whatever GST you pay is called input CGST, input SGST. When you sell, goods are going out. In the process of goods going out, any GST that you compute is called as output CGST and output SGST. Okay? Very nice. Then help me. What is the purchase to be posted to trading account by Shekhar? Very good. What is the amount that you should pay to Manohar? 1 lakh 10. What is that additional 10? Input CGST and input SGST together what we call as input tax available. Are you getting it? Later when Shekhar sells the goods to Bindu, he collects the tax from Bindu. He did not pay full amount to government. Why? This guy Shekhar through Manohar is already paid 10,000 to government. How much has Shekhar already paid to government? 10. If he collects 12,000 from Bindu, in that 10 is already paid. Shekhar has to pay only 2,000 to government. I hope you understood. If you have copied this, I'll take you to the next part. Next, second AQ, accounting question 2. A big concept broken into smaller parts is what we call as AQ. In this case, our wholesaler who bought the goods from Manohar, the white shirt uncle, old uncle, he is selling the goods to green saree auntie. Green saree auntie name is Bindu. Buyer Bindu. Seller Shekhar. Manufacturer Manohar. Good. Manufacturer Manohar. Seller Shekhar. Buyer Bindu. Okay. Now Shekhara, the wholesaler, has sold the goods worth 1 lakh 20 to Bindu, the retailer. In between, central government told I want, central government and state government told I want 12,000 rupees. 6,000 to CGST, 6,000 to SGST. Totally we collected how much from Bindu? 1 lakh 32. How much belongs to wholesaler Shekhar? 1 lakh 20. How much should he pay to government? 12. There comes the interesting thing. Already Shekhar has paid 10,000 to central government through Manohar. So when he collected 12,000 tax, he will pay only 2,000 to government. Everybody understood? What is the journal entry when Shekhar the wholesaler sells the goods? Debtor account debit to sales. Debtor's name is Bindu. Sales credit. Sale credit will be 1 lakh 20. But I am supposed to collect CGST and SGST. Input or output? Output. Sales means goods are going out, credit output. Output CGST, output SGST. How much? 6. Can I say 1 lakh 32,000 should be collected from Bindu? Am I right? Very good. And what will he do? This output CGST, output SGST should be paid to government. No, it's a liability. I will debit output CGST 6. I will debit output SGST 6. Together I am about to credit bank by 12. I am about to credit bank by, then I realize, hey, I paid. I have credited input CGST, input SGST. This input CGST, input SGST, whatever he recorded is asset. This output CGST, output SGST is liability. Whatever I debited input CGST, input SGST, I will credit now. I'll write 2 input CGST, 5. 2 input SGST, 5. Difference how much is it? 6 plus 6, 12. 12 minus 10, 2. 2000 will be paid to bank account. This process of deducting input CGST and input SGST which arised on purchase from the sale output CGST and SGST before paying is called as input tax credit availment. What is this Shaker doing here? Is claiming input tax credit. Is claiming input tax credit. Now answer some simple questions for me in this case. How much is the sales that you should record in trading account? 1 lakh 20. How much is the amount that you should collect from Bindu? 1 lakh 32. How much tax should he pay to government? He collected on sales 6. He has already paid 5. He is supposed to pay 1 SGST, sorry, CGST. Similarly, is collected on sales 6 SGST. He is already paid 5,000 on purchase. He has to pay 1,000 to state government. So he has to pay 1,000 to central government, 1,000 to state government. Together, he should pay 2,000 rupees tax. Who should pay? Shaker. You understood? This is the accounting entries in the books of Shaker when he sold the goods to retailer, buyer Bindu. What if the buyer Bindu opens books of accounts? What entries should she write? She should write purchase account debit to, she should pay money to Shaker. How much is the purchases? It's 1 lakh 20. And she should pay Shaker how much? 1 lakh 32. Why? 6,000, 6,000 input CGST and input SGST. On the purchase, when the goods are coming in, if in case you record GST, it is input CGST, input SGST. We are assuming that Bindu is a businesswoman. She can claim input tax credit. So we are writing this. If Bindu is assumed to be a non-businessman who cannot claim input tax credit, journal entry would have been purchase account debit 1 lakh 32 to Shaker account 1 lakh 32. Purchase account debit would have been 1 lakh 32. If Bindu cannot claim input, she cannot deduct it later from the tax payable. If she can deduct, record the asset. If she cannot deduct, don't record the asset. Got it? How much is the purchases to be posted to trading account? 1 lakh 20. How much is the amount payable to Shaker? 1 lakh 32. Input tax credit available. Later, if Bindu, when she sells it to consumers, what if she collects 20,000 rupees GST? Should she pay 20,000 to government? No. She's already paid 12 through Shaker. She'll pay only balance 8. That is input tax credit availed by Bindu. I hope you understood. I've been going slow. If any one of you are finding it a little difficult, I agree. It's totally okay because this is CA inter-based topic which is there in foundation. And all you can do is watch it again at 0.75x speed. You will understand. Don't watch it at 1.5x. You will not understand. Accounting question number 3. Accounting for sales return, purchase return. Oh my god, we just learned sales and purchase. You're making it difficult. You should learn. It's there in the syllabus. What to do? Okay, shall we do sales return, purchase return? Who's the seller? Shaker. Who's the buyer? Bindu. Shaker had sold the goods to Bindu. We wrote the entry. Now Bindu is returning the goods to Shaker. What will be the entry? Shall we read the entries from the perspective of Shaker and Bindu separately? In the books of Shaker, what is the entry? For sales, the journal entry is debtors to sales. For sales return, the entry is sales return account debit to Bindu. What is the value of goods returned? 30,000. I will debit 30,000. Am I right? Now, how much should be credited? It cannot be 30. When you sold the goods, you had created no output CGST, output SGST. That has to be reversed. Remember, when you sell, output or input? Output. When you buy, input. When you write sales return, don't write input CGST, input SGST. It's not input. It is reversal of output. It is previously you had credited output CGST, output SGST. I will reverse it. Let's say I am Shaker. I sold the goods to Bindu. She gave me cash. I kept some with me. I'm paying some to government. Before I pay to government, if she returns the goods to me, I will return the money back to her. I don't have to pay money to GST to government. Right? It's not sales. When it is not sales, there is no goods, there is no service, there is no goods and service tax, there is no GST payment. I'll reverse. How much? On 30,000, I'll reverse 5%. 1,500, 1,500. So 33,000, I should return the money to her. 30,000 for goods and 1,500 GST what she had given, I should return to her. If she wants, she can return the entire goods. If she wants, she can return the part goods. Whenever sales return entry is there, remember to reverse the output CGST and SGST. Don't reverse, don't book input CGST. I hope you got it. Now tell me, how much is the sales should be reduced by in trading account? 30,000. Am I right? How much is the amount that Shekhar should return to Bindu? 33,000. You get this? Output liability would have been reduced by how much? 3,000. Let's say I had 10,000 rupees output CGST. Now it will reduce by 3. I only have to pay balance. I hope you understood. Let's go to the next one. What is the entry in the books of Bindu for purchase return? For purchase, the entry is purchase account debit to Shekhar. For purchase return, Shekhar account debit to purchase return. Purchase return is 30. When Bindu recorded purchase, she had debited input CGST, input SGST, which is no longer claimable. Reverse it by crediting 2 input CGST, 2 input SGST. How much? 5%. 1,500 together 33. How much should Bindu reduce from her purchases in trading account? 33,000 or 30,000? 30,000. How much cash can she expect Shekhar to return? 33. And our input tax will reduce by 3,000. I hope everybody got this. This is our accounting quotient 4. Accounting quotient 1, 2, 3 is done. Sorry, accounting quotient 3. 1, manufacturer selling it to wholesaler. 2, wholesaler selling it to retailer. We did from two perspectives. Now, what did we do? Purchase return, sales return. What will we do next? We will do accounting for purchase of goods, sale of goods, and drawings of asset with GST. Manufacturer Manohar is there, no? Remember this uncle? He purchased machinery from Super Engineering Works on credit 2 lakh. Did he purchase goods or did he purchase machinery? Machinery. It is not inventory. Can I write purchase account debit to cash? I cannot write purchase. I should write machinery account debit. Can I write credit cash? No, it's on credit. I have to credit the supplier. Who supplied goods to me? Super Engineering Works. So can I say the first journal entry will be machinery account debit. What is the value of machinery? 2 lakh. I will credit Super Engineering Works. How much am I supposed to pay them? Not 2 lakh. I am supposed to pay them 2 lakh plus GST. How much GST? 18%. Do 2 lakh plus 18%. 18% is total. 9% CGST, 9% SGST. 18,000, you tell 18, 18 and think percentage. Okay, on purchase, goods or asset is coming in. So input CGST, SGST or output CGST, SGST? Input. I will debit input CGST, input SGST. How much? 18,000. Did you get this? Say something. Fantastic. Come to second point. Sold the old machinery. After some years, he sold the old machinery or he sold some other old machinery that was there with him. At what value? 1 lakh 50. One new machinery is to be installed. We're removing the old machinery. Old machinery value is 1 lakh 50. They have not told anything. They've told cash. What is the journal entry when you sell the old machinery? Cash account debit to machinery. How much is the machinery value? 1 lakh 50. I think no profit, no loss. Sold at cost. 1 lakh 50. Debit will be how much? I'm supposed to receive 1 lakh 50? No. I am Manohar. Imagine I don't have hair. I'm selling my old machine. When I sell from my customer, I should not just collect 1 lakh 50. I should collect GST also. 1 lakh 50 is for me. There Nirmala auntie and Sidramaya uncle are also waiting. To give them also. I should collect. 1 second. You tell me, is this input CGST, input SGST or output CGST, output SGST? I've been telling it many times. I'll tell once again. Asset is going out. Goods are going out. Output. Asset is coming in. Goods are coming in. Input. I'll credit A. Are you guys finding it difficult? Yeah, if you're finding it difficult, please leave 2 abusive comments in the comment section so that your account gets banned. output CGST, output SGST. How much? 1,50,000 into 9%. 13,500, 13,500. Can I say together it is 1,77,000? So I Manohara, when I sell my machinery for 1,50,000, I have to collect 1,77,000. In that 1,50,000 machinery value recovered, 13,500 output CGST, 13,500 input CGST. I have to pay 13,500 to central government, 13,500 to state government. After adjusting this 18 and 8. How much is input CGST? How much is output CGST? I've already paid 18,000 on purchase of new asset. When I collect 13,500, from 18,000 I deduct 13,500. I've paid more. I've paid, I don't have to pay this 13,500 to government. In fact, they have to give me refund. Did not understand? I purchased the machinery. How much CGST did I pay? Okay. I sold the machinery. How much CGST did I collect? I've already paid 18,000 and I've collected only 13,500 against it. Should I pay 13,500? No, I paid excess. Further, when I sell, when I collect money of 4,500, I need not pay. Beyond 4,500 GST input collected should be paid to government. I'll teach that to you in next take. It's not in this. I just went one step forward. Sorry. You understood this second question? See the third transaction. Another machine of book value 1 lakh was shifted to home for personal use. Shifting to home, you need to remember business entity concept. My business is a separate entity, I am a separate entity. My business is a separate entity, I am a separate entity. If I shift one machine from my business to home, my business is selling that to me. My business is selling that unit to, will GST be applicable? Yes. Sir, but we did not sell. So if you don't sell, don't book output CGST, output SGST, but reverse the input CGST and input SGST. When I take one machinery which is there in my factory to my home, my business or factory is a separate entity. I am a separate entity. It is being sold by my business to me. Should we charge output CGST, output SGST? No, because we don't call it sale. We'll call it reduction from purchase. We call it drawing. I would have to reverse input CGST and input SGST what I had previously booked. I'll show. Observe. Machinery is going out. Credit machinery. By how much? 1 lakh. Debit what? Drawings. Is drawings 1 lakh? No. When I bought this machine, I would have claimed input. That is because I'm using it in business. Now, if I take it home, that input has to be reversed. When I purchase the machine, I debited to input. That I should reverse. To input, to input. CGST. How much? 9%. 9%. 9,000, 9,000. How much is my drawings? 1 lakh 18. I take home 1 lakh worth of machinery. I should reverse the input tax credit to the extent of 9 and 9, 18, and my drawings become 1 lakh 18. How much will I deduct from my capital as drawings? 1 lakh 18,000. How much should I reduce from the machinery value? 1 lakh. I have already paid some CGST, SGST, no? From that 9,000 I can't claim input. This we are going to do in next question, but I'll just give you one overview. Can I? How much is input here? Have I paid this or have I collected this? Paid. Have I paid it or collected it? Paid. Already paid how much to central government? Okay. Here, how much have I collected? I've paid 18 minus 13,500. I still have paid extra 4,000. Understood? Here, credit minus 9,000. We'll get minus 9,000, minus 4,500. So now I have to pay 4,500 to government. I have to pay 4,500 to, why? Very simple, yeah. I have paid 18,000 now. In that 9,000 reversed. 9,000 I can't claim input. Why? I have taken the machinery home. It's not business. So 9,000 input is there. Am I right? I have collected how much? 13,500. I have collected 4,500 extra. Out of 13,500 what I collected from my customer, 9,000 is already paid. So balance 4,500. Now I should pay to central government. Same applies to state government logic also. Are you getting it? Say something. Fantastic. Let's do the next one. Credit note business and employee gifting. Question on this was there in one of the recent exams, September 25 exam. or something. This kind of question was there. Anyways, we've been doing it in the class from way before it came in. You do this and you see September 25 exams question paper GST based journal entries question. You tell me if there is something new. We've done much more than what is there in that exam paper. This was not made after September 25. I'm recording this video after September 25 exam, but this is the material that we've been using before that also. Come on, quickly see this. Goods worth rupees 30,000 were distributed as free samples. Sorry, were distributed to employees as Deepavali gift. To my employees, I gave Deepavali gift. How much? 30,000. What is the entry that I should write? Its expense, employee salary or employee benefits account debit. Okay, to purchase. Why? Whenever goods are issued other than by way of sale, we will not credit sales account. We will credit. How much will we credit purchase by? How much will we credit purchase by? Everybody understood 30,000? Say something. Very good. Debit will be employee salary to the extent of 30? No. When I purchased this inventory previously, I would have debited input CGST, input SGST. If I sell, I would have got output and I would have adjusted. If I give it to my employee, I can no longer sell. Because I can no longer sell, I have to reverse the input what I have debited previously. Input CGST, input SGST. How much? 30,000 into 9%, 30,000 into 9%. 2,700, 2,700, 35,400. You understood? Something. If it was sale, I would have written output CGST, output SGST. Because it is reversal of purchase, I will credit input CGST and input SGST. I hope you're getting it. What's after this? Credit note was issued to customer allowing a rebate for defective goods. Credit note is given on sales return. Whenever we give credit note, it's not sales return. You are the seller. I am the buyer. You sell the goods to me. Good. I will return the goods to you. What is the journal entry you will pass? Sales account debit to A. You are the seller. I give the goods back to you. What is the entry you will pass? Sales return account debit to my name. Correct or not? Sales return account debit to my name. Data. You will write my name. Credit note. You will give one note to me. That is credit note. You will credit my name. You will print it in a paper and give. That is credit note. So when I return the goods to you, you give credit note. Am I right? Sometimes I won't return the goods to you. You gave me goods. Goods are bad quality. Chichi. I kept it in the mall. I put it into dustbin. Now I am shouting at you. This goods is so terrible. Now should I return the goods to you for you to give money? Should I bring the dustbin and then give it to you? No. Because the goods are defective, I am saying I will not pay money. I am your debtor. I owe you money. In your balance sheet, I am sitting on the asset side. No, because I won't pay money. What should you do to my name? Credit. Am I right? You credit my name. That print if you give it to me, it's credit note. But did I return the goods to you? No. Because the goods are defective, you gave me rebate. Rebate means what? Discount. Rebate means rebate is like whatever money that I have to pay you, I will not pay. I will pay lesser amount. That lesser amount is nothing but rebate. I hope you're getting it. Make some noise. 8,474 rupees excluding GST. Okay. You are supposed to collect lesser money from me. My account receivable is decreasing. You will debit my name or credit my name? Credit my name. Am I right? Say something. By how much? Not 8,474. It's not 8,474. You should reverse the GST also. Are you getting it? Sales is 8,474. You had sold the goods to me worth 8,474, which you are supposed to collect from me. Now that I no longer have to pay you money, you would debit your sales by 8,474 or rebate by 8,474. How much is GST on this? 9%, 9%, 763, 763, 10,000 rupees I will not give you. Are you getting it? Say something. Very good. Because it is rebate instead of sales, you can write discount. Understood this part? Sounds little tricky, but take it slow. Next one. Credit note was issued for prompt payment. I paid the money promptly because I'm a good boy and I paid the money promptly. You gave me one credit note, meaning you told me not to pay some money. How much? 5,900 including GST. You understand the difference between last one and this one? Last one is excluding GST. Last one is excluding GST. In this one it is, so last one, you credited my account by 8,474. No, you debited your goods by 8,474, added GST, and then you credited my account by 10. In this case, when you credit my account, it is including GST of how much? 5,900 is what you should credit my account by. Debit will be how much? Sales, output CGST, output SGST. How much is GST? 18%. 9 and 9. 5,900 is like 108. Sorry, 118. 5,900 is there. No, this is like 118. Whereas this is 100. This is 9. This is 9. So do 5,900 into 9 divided by 180. 5,900 into 9 by 180. 450. 450. 5,000. 5,000 is 5,900 is including GST. How much is cost? 100. GST 18. Selling price 118. If 118 is 5,900, how much is 100? If you do not understand this, remember this is 100, this is 9, this is 9, this is 118. 5,900 is 180. How much is 9? Cross multiply. 5,900 into 9 divided by 180. You understood now? Same applies here, and here you would write into 100 by 180. You're doing cross multiplication. Did you understand? I've simplified it further. Yes. By this we are done with the third entry. Can I take you to fourth one? What's happening in the fourth one? Sold goods of list price 1 lakh, less rate discount 10%, and 50% of the amount received immediately, of which two-thirds received by check and balance in cash. Similar question with different numbers was there in September 25 exam. How much did you sell goods of? List price 1 lakh, trade discount 10%. Now I have a question to you. There is discount, there is GST. First discount and then GST, or first GST and then discount? First discount, then GST. Finish writing sales entry. Then you write receipt of that 50%, two-third cash, non. First discount, then GST. Complete writing sales entry. Then you write that receipt of cash entry. Is it okay? Say something. Okay, observe. What is the entry? Customer account debit. How much is customer supposed to give? Okay, we don't know that amount, no. We don't know that amount, no. Sales is how much? I know sales. Sales is how much? 1 lakh minus 10%, 90,000. 1 lakh is the cost of the goods, no? 10% discount again, 90. I have to still collect output CGST, output SGST from it. On what? On 90. At what rate? 9%, 9%. 8,100 together 1 lakh 6,000. 1 lakh 6,200 I will collect. 90,000 goes to my pocket. 8,100 to state government, 8,100 to central government. Got it? Make some noise. Very nice. We are just done with this fourth first part entry. Then the next part, how much money is collected? 50% of the amount is received immediately, and of which two-thirds is by check and balance is in cash. 50% of the money. How much money am I supposed to collect? 1 lakh 6,000 into 50%. 53,100. In that, two-thirds is by check. So I will do 1 lakh 6,200 into 50% into 2 by 3. Check received, I have debited bank account. And 1 lakh 6,200 into 50% minus 35,400 or into 1 by 3. 17,700 is collected by cash. Credit will be customer account 1 lakh 6,200 into 50%, 53,100. Balance 53,100 is not paid. It will remain there only. Out of 1,06,200 what you are supposed to pay, is paid as 53,100, 50%. Balance 50% will remain in his ledger as payable, in my ledger as receivable. Got this? Say something. Fantastic. Next we have AQ6. We have only two questions to do, 6 and 7. Once you do 6 and 7, one true or false, and then we are done. Focus on sixth one. Answer is already here. You guys saw the answer. Okay. Now, manufacturer Manohara is in Mangalore and Shekhar is from Bangalore. Bindu is in Chennai. Three different parts of the country. Manufacturer Manohara is where? In Mangalore. Where is wholesaler Shekhar? Bangalore. And where is retailer Bindu? Chennai. So, Shekhar purchases the goods from Manohar and Shekhar sells the goods to Bindu. Shekhar purchases the goods from Manohar and Shekhar pays the money to Bindu. I hope you understood. When this is the transaction that's happening, read this. Manohara from Mangalore, manufacturer, has sold goods to Shekhar from Bangalore, wholesaler. Shekhar from Bangalore, wholesaler, has sold goods to Bindu from Chennai, retailer. They are seeking accountant Rajana's help in application of CGST, SGST, IGST. When is CGST applicable? When is SGST applicable? When is IGST applicable? When manufacturer Manohara sells the goods to Shekhar, seller, buyer, both are in the same state of Karnataka, so CGST and SGST is applicable. When wholesaler Shekhar sells the goods to retailer Bindu, they are in two different states, so IGST will be applicable. IGST means it is SGST, CGST together. If CGST is 5%, SGST is 5%, IGST will be 10%. Their amount is same. IGST will be directly collected by central government. Central government will spend it on state and center together. They will allocate it internally, which is government policy, fiscal policy, not part of accounts. You got AQ6? Can we go to the AQ7? Last one. Input and output needs to be adjusted. No. How do we adjust? How do we adjust? Input is the money that we've already paid. Output is the money that we have now collected. If input is more, output is less, we don't have to pay anything to government. If output is more, input is less, excess amount should be paid to government. When I say input output, we need to adjust CGST with CGST, SGST with SGST. IGST, first IGST will be adjusted against IGST, next CGST, then SGST. Are you getting it? See this. How much is our inputs? We have three inputs. IGST, CGST, SGST. 40, 10, 10. What do we have outputs? CGST and, oh sorry, both of them are CGST, CGST. Is it correct now? Output IGST is 0. Output CGST is 25. Output SGST is 25. Help me. Among this, what is asset? What is liability? Asset is input. My God, thank you. Liability is, thank you. Output means on sale you have collected. You have obligation to pay to government. What is input? On purchase you already paid this tax. So this is advance paid kind of logic. Thank you. Thank you. Impressed. Rajavardhan sir is full happy. My God. For the first time I am very happy. Efforts are paying off. I put in a lot of time in putting images so that you will find it little easier to understand. It would have happened in lesser the time if I would have not spent so much time in making it. Somehow, if you like it, you tell me that you like it. You tell me that you like it by answering it correct. ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಣ ಅಂತಿದ್ದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ನಿಂತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. Okay. Liability to close I should debit. Asset to close I should credit. Liability will have credit balance. Asset will have, liability will have, asset will have. How do I close liability? Debit. How do I close asset? That's it. Come on, right here. Output CGST debit. How much? 25. Output SGST debit. How much? 25. I will credit input IGST, input CGST, input SGST. How much input IGST is there? 40 alva. 40. How much input CGST is there? 10. How much input SGST is there? 10. So how much is it here? 25, sorry, 5 and 5, no. 10 is there, but I'll use up only 5. Excess is not to be used. If you did not understand this, I can make you do one cute working note before we do the question. Okay, help me. Input CGST, IGST, SGST. How much is available? 4, sorry, 40, 10, 10. Correct or not? How much is output IGST? 0. Output CGST? 25. Output SGST? 25. Correct? What will I use first to pay what? Input CGST 10,000 is there, no? First I'll use it to pay CGST. But before that, I'll use IGST. See here. What will be used first? IGST will be first used to pay IGST. If IGST is not there, CGST, SGST equally. CGST will be first used to pay CGST. After that, if it is there extra, IGST. Are you getting it? First, where do we start with? IGST is how much? 40. Is there any IGST to pay? I'll use this to pay CGST, SGST 2020. Is there any balance? No balance. Hey, you know, no input is asset. Output is liability. Okay. Next, I'll use my 10,000 input CGST. It will be first used to pay CGST. How much is input available? Then how much is output payable? 5. I will pay 5. I've had 10,000 worth of asset. If I use 5, balance 5 will be there in the balance sheet. Are you getting it? Then how much is input SGST available? It will be used to pay SGST 5. Excess 5 asset. Are you getting it? So I will debit my liability of output CGST how much? 25. Output SGST 25. 50 debited. I will credit my input IGST first. How much? Full 40 is utilized. This full 40 utilized, no? Yes or no? I'll credit input CGST, SGST used only to the extent of 5 and 5. 5 and 5. Actually, these are there to the extent of 10 and 10. But I've used 5 and 5. Balance 5 and 5 will appear in the balance sheet as asset. When you come to CA Inter, I'll teach you where to write in the balance sheet in schedule 3. But in foundation, only this one. Is this okay? Did you understand 7th one? We have one last question to do, true or false. ICAI's favorite. If they ask you for 2 marks, what to do? Input CGST, sorry, input GST and output GST appear in trial balance. No. Why? Input will be adjusted against output and only will write the net difference. If input is 10, output is 8, I'll write 2000 input debit in balance sheet. Sorry, trial balance. What if output is 10, input is 9? Output is more, no, by 1000. I'll write output 1000 credit side in trial balance. I hope you understood. We should net off input, output and write only the net amount in my trial balance. You understood this? See, both appear in balance sheet. Sorry. I was trying to tell you it's in trading account. Will it appear in trading account? No. It will appear in balance sheet, not in trading account. In trading account, what we write is only purchase and sale. Sorry, little psych. We'll do it once again. Very simple. Input CGST, output CGST. Input GST, output GST. Will I write in trading account? No. They will write, we will be written in trial balance and we will do net item and they will write it in balance sheet at net value. In balance sheet, I'll write it at, can I write it at the gross value? No. Input CGST, output CGST, net madbuttu. If it is debit balance, that is input, I'll write as asset. If it is credit balance, I'll write it as output. I will be written as liability. Where? In balance sheet. Will it appear in trading account? No, it will not appear in trading account. It will appear in balance sheet. Sorry, I read trading account as trial balance. We're taking class for quite long now. Then, sorry, credit note reduces output GST liability in the books of seller. What is credit note? Issued at the time of sale, rejection, allowance, all of these cases. I hope you know it. When I sell the goods, I collect the tax I'm supposed to pay. Liability increases. When they return the goods, my GST liability will decrease. When I write sales return debit, I will debit output GST. Output GST is a liability. When I debit, it will decrease. Answer is true. Credit note, for example, sales return reduces taxable value and output liability. Next one, trade discount are deducted before calculating GST. Yes, first you give trade discount, then you compute GST. Got it? Say something. Next one, CGST credit can be used to pay SGST liability. No. You can use IGST to pay IGST, then CGST and SGST. You will use CGST to pay CGST, then IGST. You use SGST to pay SGST, then IGST. But CGST cannot be used to pay SGST, SGST cannot be used to pay CGST. I hope you understood. Then next one. Input tax credit can be claimed even when the goods or services are used for personal purpose. No. If you recorded it as purchase and booked input, if you use those goods for personal purpose, you reverse the input. You remember we did one question, drawing account debit, to purchase, to input, to input, to input GST, to input SGST. We cannot claim. If you have already claimed, we should reverse it. ITC is allowed only for business use. Input tax is disallowed on personal or gift use. You got this? Last one, input GST represents tax receivable. Tax already paid, it will be represented in our books as receivable from the government if we don't have to pay. And output GST represents tax payable. Yes, output GST is tax collected from our customers, what we have to pay to government. The answer is true. Got this? I hope at the end of this GST has actually become something good and something simple for you to deal with. There cannot be anything much more difficult than this. I will pin the link of September 25 examination papers video in the description or in the comments. Please do try that one question also. You should be able to crack it. That's it guys. Stay in the game.